Britain's Foreign Secretary there. Well, Dr. Jerrold Green is President and Chief Executive Officer of the Pacific Council on International Policies in Los Angeles. Now, Dr. Green, good to talk to you. Do you expect a deal, and what kind of deal do you expect?
It's always difficult to predict, but I suspect that they will find a deal. I suspect it will be an imperfect deal, but having said that, they should have time to refine it. And compared to all of the alternatives, I think an imperfect deal is far superior to no deal at all.
Well, you talk about the alternatives. That there are plenty of people on both sides who don't want a deal, who think even the status quo is better.
Yeah, I don't share that view, nor do the P5+1 governments that are involved in these negotiations. I think, again, the alternatives really are very, very limited. And I think would roil the region in a way that really benefits nobody, including those that are opposed to the deal. I think those that are opposed to the deal, should the deal be successful, will be amongst the beneficiaries of the deal. No one wants a nuclear-armed Iran. It really does not make sense.
One of the sticky issues, apparently, that John Kerry has been talking about is this demand from the West for Iran to come clean about its previous work on nuclear weapons. What chance of that, do you think?
Well, I think that those who are naysayers are looking rather desperately for anything that they can find to undermine the deal. And I think that the issue is Iran's current and future behavior, not its past behavior. As President Reagan always said, trust but verify. And again, I think that these negotiations are undertaken in good faith. But having said that, each country has its own interests, and all need to be careful. So I think that what we need to do is to find a deal which indeed is verifiable, and we need to ascertain that all countries are, the P5+1 plus the Iranians are all approaching this in reasonably good faith.
Dr. Green, what do you say to Israel's concern that Iran is an existential threat and that this deal could turn Iran into a legitimate and perhaps overbearing regional power? There are people, of course, who would see Israel in that role, and Israel is already, of course, a nuclear power.
Well, again, I wouldn't say that's Israel's view. I'd say it's Prime Minister Netanyahu's view, and there are many in Israel who understand the importance of a denuclear or a non-nuclear weaponized Iran. The Israeli government has its view, but there are many, many voices in Israel who actually are quite supportive of these negotiations, largely because of the unthinkable alternatives. Again, if Iran does not have a nuclear weapons capability, Israel will be one of the great beneficiaries. And despite the frigid relations currently between the United States and Israel, I think the United States is unquestionably committed to Israeli national security, as it has been since the creation of the State of Israel, and I don't see that changing.
Dr. Green, thank you.